Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Today, what I'm going to show you is the paper pumpkin. I know on Sunday you're used to my scrapbook 101, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit this Sunday, and we're going to take a look at the most recent paper pumpkin. So let me flip the camera, grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Okay. So this month's paper pumpkin, I should show you this first. So this is next month. This is the April one. Change is beautiful. If you'd like more information on the paper pumpkin, just go to Stampersdelight.com. You can get that monthly subscription, okay? Also, just as a reminder, this is my April class. The description is below, and you can join in on that. You also want to get a look at the last chance products before they're gone. You definitely want to check those out. That's while available. We have 20% off. Savings are in bloom in March for 13 bundles and the mini embossing machine. Introducing the new in colors, which will be available May 3rd. Aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely love those. And this is just a picture of the front of the new catalog that goes live in May. As demonstrators, we could download that now and take a look at what's available and what's coming. If you'd like more information on joining the Stampin' Up! Community and my team, just go to Stampersdelight.com and you'll be able to actually see the new items in the catalog. And last but not least, go check out Stampersdelightshop.com, where you can get some great gifts for yourself or for the crafter in your life, including this new passport wallet, which is great because you can hang it around your neck or tuck it in your suitcase. And I'm actually going to be using that in Atlantic City this weekend, so I don't have to carry a big bulky pocketbook around. So just a few items that you could take a look at. Okay, this month's paper pumpkin, March, Beyond the Horizon. This actually coordinates with our Beyond the Horizon stamp set. In this, we got a Misty Moonlight ink spot. We got some great ribbon. This is the stamp set that goes with the kit. And as a bonus, they gave us another stamp set. You're going to see some of the cards made with this. So these are flowers, celebrate, happy birthday, great sentiments. And that's a thank you. So, and they also give you some alternatives. So let me open this up and show you what it's all about. I like to save my tissue paper and these boxes because you can store them flat and use them at a later time. So let's take a look at what we have in the kit. Besides the things I just showed you here. Oh, this is packaged really nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Okay, so we have some dimensionals, and we have those great iridescent rhinestones or gems. Not really rhinestones. We have some great envelopes with some beautiful DSP inside. So I'm going to show you how to get more bang for your buck with those, because I hate to use those beautiful envelopes. And look at this. Well, you'll see it. I'll tell you right now. So inside, you can cut this envelope and use this DSP, but you can also use this as your designer series paper. So you have 3 cards of each here. These beautiful, beautiful patterns. There's 3 there. We have some great die cuts for sentiments. You have 3 of this beautiful set right here. And some more die cuts. And then you have these 3 here. So that's 9 cards. And all these great pieces, right? Okay. I'm just going to stick that over there for now. And, of course, our glue dots. Now, with every paper pumpkin, I like to look at the visual part here and see how you're doing. But then there's also these great instructions. They also tell you on the back, they give you some ideas for some alternates and also what colors you can use. Okay, so I'm just going to be using the Misty Moonlight, which comes with it, and the Pale Papaya. But it also, as far as cardstock and ink, it's Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, Old Olive, and Pale Papaya. So you can mix and match those colors. Okay, so that's everything you get in a kit. And like I said, you make 9 cards. Well, let me show you what I did. And trust me, you can get more. Okay, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I made 16 cards out of one kit. I kid you not. I used the whole kit, and all I had left was a couple of little gems left. I used everything, okay? I did add some products, as you'll see, but these paper pumpkins, you can get so much more out of them. Okay, so this is the first card I did, and of course, these are right off the paper, the instructions. I always like to make one at least. So here we have this one, which is the one right here. So I made that one. Then the second one I did was this one, the thank you. Again, just using the instructions. And you can do all 9 cards like that if you'd like. Here we go with another one. A little note. Okay, here's where I changed it up. Okay, so I'm going to just show you real quick one of the cards and how I did this card. Okay, so this was the card, and instead of folding it this way, I folded it this way. Okay, stay with me. All right. Then I used the, let's see, which one did I use for this? I believe I used the Color and Contour. You can also use Stitch So Sweetly. And I cut a window out here. So cut the window out here, and you have a window card. And then you can just open it, decorate this area, and open it, and put your sentiment in there. What a great card, right? You have a place to sign it and everything like that, too. So that was my first alternative. The next one I did was I cut this card. I cut it out, and then I layered it with some Pale Papaya and the Misty Moonlight. And I made a nice little card, a note card. And I stamped right on that paper. And then, of course, the matching envelope. I'm going to go back and cut these envelopes up, I have to tell you. The next one I did was, let me just show you. Okay, so let's grab this envelope. So I took this envelope, right? And I cut it open. You're going to see me do that in a minute. And I used it as the Designer Series paper. And then I switched and I used that extra stamp set that they sent us and just made a quick, cute Thinking of You card. So I cut the envelope up, and then I made this Thinking of You card, and then just grabbed an extra envelope for that. So that was my next one. Now, this one, let me just show you. I took this one here, and I did use the card just like this. Now, when I cut the other card up, I took a piece of white, just our basic white. And again, I used that die, and I made it into a window card. So you can see that I cut that. And if you don't know how to make a window card, I do have a video on that. So I made a window card out of this card. And for this, I used our Sparkle and Shine sequins. And there'll be still shots on my blog and also on Facebook. Okay. The next one I did was I took this card and I cut it out and I cut it in half and I made a gatefold card. I layered that on some Pale Papaya and I used some of those die cuts. And again, mixing and matching because I used the die cuts from the paper pumpkin and the stamps from the extra set. And I made the gatefold card. The next one I did was I took this card, folded it in half. I made 2 slits, okay, right here. And I glued those down. So you're going to see. So you see the 2 slits that I made. I glued these down. And I had this leftover piece of designer series paper when I cut this envelope. When I cut the inside of the envelope, I had this strip, which was the lip of the envelope, and I didn't want to waste it. So what I did was I put it underneath those flaps, then glued them down, and made a little fun fold card that way. Okay, that's another one. I mean, I had so much fun with this kit. I took this card, okay, and I just added some of the other pieces, that the mountain and stuff, so you can see that it doesn't look like this one. I used some of these cut pieces here and made a little note card, sending you birthday wishes. I thought this looked more like a masculine birthday card. That's why I wanted to do that. Okay. The next one I did, again, I took one of the envelopes, which was this one. And I'm going to show you again how to cut those. And I used the inside of the designer series paper of that envelope to make another birthday card using the second set that they sent us. And then thinking of you. So the birthday wishes came from this one, and the thinking of you came from this set. All right, so there was another card I made. These are all alternatives. Let's see what we have next. We have this one. And again, this is the inside of the envelope. And then I just added some more of those pieces. I layered it on the pale papaya and made a quick little note card. Another one that I did was, again, this is the envelope. And I had a lot of leftover pieces, so I just layered some of those pieces. I cut that little circle in half, and I just layered everything and made a thank you card. How quick and easy is that, right? Now, the last couple of ones, let me just see here. Yep. Oh, this is what I had left. I said I only had a couple things left. This is what I had left from that kit after 16 cards, and I still have more to make. Okay, so I can make something out with this one too. All right, the next one, or the next 2, are just pieces. Pieces of everything that I cut up that I had left over. And I added some cardstock. And I had these strips and this piece from cutting up all the envelopes. So I made a quick and easy hello card. And also, this has the 2-step stamping. But don't forget this image right here. You can use that on its own. I think it looks beautiful inside the card, right? So again, just using that and all those strips and leftover pieces, I was able to make a couple more cards. Here you see all the different strips and just a hello. I saved everything and I used everything. And then this one, oh, and back here I used the time-worn embossing folder because I wanted to give it some texture. Again, these are all leftover pieces. I just cut them. Actually, they were already cut. They're just leftovers. And I just put them into a design and made another card. That's 16 cards. This was a leftover envelope from another card kit I had, and I just thought it matched up nicely. So that's how I made all those cards. Now, I am going to show you a couple of cards. Because you can make these by looking at the instructions. I'm not going to use that, okay? I want to use different things. So let's take this one first. And let's see what I have here. I have color and contour, so we're going to do the color and contour. All right. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. This is going to be a fun project. I'm going to grab this piece, I think. Let's see. And again, this is, you can make a window card like that. So I did the shaker card. Let me see how this would look. Okay, so for this one, instead of making a shaker card, let's bring out the shaker card so you can see the difference. Okay, there's the shaker card. I'm not going to make it into a shaker card, though. What I'm going to do, and you can see I put the ribbon in there, I'm just going to cut it and make it a window card. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. So let me get that out. Again, there's just so much you can do with this kit. And I wanted to show you because I know a lot of you have asked me to do the alternatives because you wait to do your kits until you see my alternatives. Well, thank you for that. Okay, so I'm just going to run this through here. Cut that window out. Okay, so I have a nice little scalloped edge. And you could use the smaller one if you want. I'm going to bring in my bone folder. And the beautiful thing about this is now you have this piece to use for something else. Okay. Now I'm not going to make, remember, this is the shaker card. I'm just going to make this a window card. I'm going to bring in some of those pieces. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use yet, but let's take a look. I can put this one. I want to put something like that so it looks like, let's just say, just taking them apart and see which one I want to use. I could do it this way. Just to give you an idea. Could also do them up here, like right in the middle. Oh, I might do that. Let's see. And then when you open it, I don't think I want to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so I am going to take this one. I'm going to put that over there. This one will go right here. And this is going to go right here, I think. Might not even need that. Okay, so let's see how this turns out. All right, I'm going to bring in my silicone mat. I'm going to use dimensionals and also the glue dots that come with the kit. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay this down. I think I'm just going to use one so I have enough for another card. I think I'll just use this one. So for this, it's wide enough. I'm going to go ahead and use my regular adhesive. I'm going to put that right there. Okay. This one, I'm going to use the glue dots that come with the kit. That's going to go right there. Just want to make sure it's over far enough that it doesn't go off the edge so it fits into your envelope. Then I'm going to take this ribbon make a cute little bow here. Time to sharpen those. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little bow here. Now, again, the bow is okay if it goes off to the side because it's pliable and it will fit in the envelope. I am going to put 3 glue dots across here. I like the scalloped edge. Okay, so I'm going to add this right here. And you can play around with it, make it smaller if you want. So there's my bow. And again, it goes off to the side, but it'll fit in the envelope like that. Okay, now the great thing about this is that I'm dropping everything. Okay, is that you can stamp right on this paper. So I am going to grab just a little note. I'm going to grab the Misty Moonlight. Remember, this is one of the colors that's retiring. I'm going to go right in here and stamp a little note. So when they get this, they can open it and look at that beautiful inside. Now you're probably thinking, well, where are you going to sign it? Well, that's what the back is for. Okay, so we're going to open this up, and I can put my note, whatever note I want to say, right here. Should be using my mat. And that's where I'm going to write my note to them, so that when they have this on their desk or wherever they're going to put it, it's going to stand up. And I'll show you that when we're done. Then I'm going to bring in, I want to really get this burnished really well. So it looks like a nice little scenery. Let's just open this up. And we've got these great gems. I'm going to take my other take your pick tool and add some gems. Now when I do the gems, I'm going to put a large one there, and then I'm going to put one here, and maybe one here. So when you look at the card, okay, you have the gems all over. And you can open it up like that, just a little note, and then write your note on the back side. Quick, easy card. Doesn't need a lot because it's so beautiful. Again, you can do the same thing that I just showed you by layering a piece of cardstock on the top and making it into a shaker card. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is the envelopes. Now remember, you've got all these, you got 9 envelopes. You can make more than 9 cards with those envelopes. I'm going to show you how. And we're going to use that piece. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this, just like this. Just slice the sides off, okay? All right, now here's the piece you can use, but you can also use this piece. So I'm going to slide this in here, right at that crease. And then I'm going to turn it. You can turn it this way if you want. I'm going to use 4 inches. So I want 4 inches here. And I'm going to do 5 1/4. Those are our standard sizes, right, for layering. Okay, so we got that. This is the piece I was talking about. Now, you don't want the gummy piece. So let me show you how you can cut this all up to get more pieces for your cards. I'm going to take that little bit of white off. And then I'm going to square this off. So now I have a strip here. Again, remember, you don't want this piece, so you're going to make that a straight cut. Get rid of that. Cut that up. And that one's okay. So here's those 2 pieces. Now, that's from one envelope. There's 3 pieces there, right? Okay, so here's where I use those, again, just to show you. All those pieces of envelopes I used in these kind of cards where I just used the pieces. See, you can just cut it down to the size you want. And then, of course, this one was for over here. I cut it in half, and I used it for 2 different cards. So you can get 3 cards out of 1 envelope, just by the way you cut it. Okay, so for this card, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece, and now the piece that I cut out of that other card right here, I'm going to stamp on. So I'm going to bring in the flowers, and I'm going to show you how I did that one. Now, I do need a piece of paper for this, and I'm using the bolder image of the Misty Moonlight, but I don't want it real dark. So I'm going to stamp off once, and then I'm going to stamp this right here. So it's a little bit lighter. I'm going to take the more detailed stamp, and I'm going to go right into the same where I stamped it with the darker image. There you go. Now this one, I'm going to stamp right on the top. I like to use the color that comes with the kit because maybe you just got that one color. I'm going to put Thinking of You. Okay, remember, this is the envelope. I'm going to layer that right up on here. I got a little schmutz on there, but that's okay. I'm going to take that ribbon and I'm going to layer that around the back. See, I could have used this green side if I wanted to. So I'm just going to bring that in. I am just going to glue that down. Then I'm going to layer this right on a piece of Misty Moonlight. So I already have that cut, so let's fold that in half. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have so many cards from this kit. I'm going to have to send them away to everybody that watches me. So if you ask you for your address, that means you want a free card. Okay, we're going to do that. I'm going to flip this over. And I am going to use the dimensionals on this. Okay, and I'm going to layer that right on there. Now, let me show you how to hide that. I got a little bit, I always tend to get a little ink somewhere where it doesn't belong. So I'm just going to put those cute little iridescent gems right over it. Ta-da! So don't have to worry about that anymore. This little guy in here, I am going to grab the Pale Papaya. And I'm going to go ahead and ink that up and just put that right in the middle. There we go. I'm going to take my ribbon, make a little bow. I do it this way so I save ribbon rather than to wrap it around the card and then tie a bow. This saves a little bit of ribbon. Whoop, sorry, I wasn't in camera view. So I'm going to do that. Make this a tiny bow here. I think I'll leave it right there, like that. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, and then again, I'm going to grab the glue dots. Grab that bow right there. I think I'll even add some more of these gems, like maybe one here and a smaller one right there. Yeah. Okay, and then I just have to grab a piece of white, which remember I cut one of those cards up already, so I have this white, so I don't even have to cut another piece. I can just trim this one down. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that at 4 inches and 5 1/4. And now I have an inside for this card. Thinking of You, and then let's see what this one says. I will always be here for you. Okay, I'm going to use that one. And this is what I was talking about, mixing and matching all of these. I'm going to use just that detailed stamp. Okay. And I'm going to stamp the corners, just like that. So you can use just the detailed image and have a flower like that. So much you can do with this kit. I hope you enjoyed a couple of alternatives, also the other 16 cards I showed you. Now, what's going to happen after I'm done with the video is I'm going to go back and I'm going to be able to make at least 16 more cards from this one kit. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me just show you real quick. I mean, I have all of this left because I only showed you 2 cards, 2 alternatives. And again, we have all of these cards that I already showed you. So go back to stampersdelight.com or my Facebook page, and you're going to see all of these cards. And then in the next few days or weeks, I'm going to show you some more, maybe some more ones that I've done. I'm also going to be giving some of these away, so you definitely want to leave a comment. And I may pick your name for a free card. Look at all these cards. Oh, my goodness. So I want to share those with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you don't mind that it wasn't a scrapbook Sunday, but I thought this was a great project. I also want to tell you that the 20% off is on the mini embossing machine, which I have right here. And I announced on Friday morning, I have 2 of these to give away. I'm very close, this close, to the next incentive trip. When I earn that, I am going to pull somebody's name, and they're going to win a free embossing machine, the mini embossing machine. Now, the way you can enter is by commenting, subscribing, give me a thumbs up, and also place an order. If you do all of that, you're going to be in it a couple of different times. So, you know, you're going to have a couple of entries in there. And if you're a team member, you don't have to do anything. I'm going to automatically pick one of my team members to win one. So I'm giving 2 away. Okay? Well, again, thank you so much for tuning in to my not Scrapbook Sunday 101. I will see you back on YouTube and Facebook next week. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody. Stay well. Keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.